Hello, Shaky here, and welcome back to Node Math. We're going to take a look at the late game today, possibly close to the end of it here, but we're going to we unlock the fourth island here, which gave us a whole bunch of bonuses. We have some new upgrades for islands that give us more bridges per island, so that's pretty nice. And we also unlocked a couple new islands. We have 3 or 4 of them up here. We got this one right here, which basically glues 2 numbers together. So you put like 4 and a 7 here, it would give you 47 out, or 74 out. This one has a crazy formula on it. We got 3 different formulas that come out from A and B. So you insert A and you insert B, and it goes through this crazy formula here and gives you 3 different numbers. That's going to require a little bit of trial and error to see what works there. I have a little Excel spreadsheet up for that, so we'll see if that becomes useful or not. And we have this number here, which just has some multiplication on it, and second and third power. Those have been very useful. And then we also have this crazy one down here. All these multiplication and subtraction ones locked in little squares here. So it gives you a little bit of room to work with, but that should be super beneficial as well. That's our new island types for the 4th island. All right, so let's grab this upgrade. This gives us more bridges. We're going to have to delete the islands and place them back down to get those to show up. That's nice. And we got another 10 billion one this cost. Gives us another formula island. That's pretty cool. Let's do this one. Let's go put it up here next to the other ones. So that gives us another formula that we can look at. These are going to require a lot of trial and error, so I don't know how useful they're going to be, but we'll see. And we can might as well buy this one. That increases the income over here. And we can unlock negative 18. And we're going to wait on negative 19. I think I'm going to jump back to this island, get this upgrade right now, because we have 92 billion here. If we get 100 billion, we can unlock more tunnels, and then we can just delete all the islands and replace them back down to get the bridges to show up. So let's try to do this one here. We'll do 1421 first. I'll just give you an example of how this works. We can come up here. Like what I've been trying to do is use just one number to get my number so I can maximize how many numbers I'm generating. If I have to use 2 different numbers down here, I cut how many numbers I can generate in half, so that's less income. But we're going to just do this to see how it works. Let's do that one here. So let's take a 3 over to here. And 18 is going to come over to here. Went too far. So it's going to come up to here and go into B. Like the nice part, if you can use these, it takes 2 numbers and generates 3. So if you use all 3 numbers that come out of here, it'd be super beneficial. But I don't know what the chance of that is. That's pretty rare that you're going to be able to use all 3 numbers that come out of here. I put them in the wrong one anyway. Put 18 in there. We're going to put 3 in the top here. So nice. So that is actually generating 3 numbers. If we could use all 3 numbers, that'd be super beneficial because we took 2 and made 3. But I don't know the chances of that are like, that'd be pretty rough to get these numbers to work out. But maybe we'll try it in the future. But for now, I'm just going to add all these together. So we'll take this in here, we'll take this in here. And this gets me 1419. My goal was, I think, 1421. Negative 1421. Oh, positive 1420. So all I need to do is add 2 or 3 to that. What is it? 1419. So 3. No, 2. I need to add 2 to this. So let's just find a +2. So we're going to have to go back over to the other side of the map. This is where the tunnels will become in handy once we update our maps. But for now, I'll just take it out the side here. Come up to the top here. And we'll just shoot across here until we find a 2. Get rid of all these. We don't need this anymore. Wonder, did I pass a +2 somewhere? There's a +2 right here. So we're going to come down to here. Give me my +2. And then I guess we'll just shoot over here. And I think I had to move these back to the right island. Yes, this is coming over to here. We need to make it go over to here. And that's 1421 being delivered, so that's nice. Next up is, we're going to do, I think, 1204. Let's grab this one here. So we're going to make these 20s. So this way I can make both these 20s. That way I'm going to have double the amount of numbers coming in. So that's 20s. And take it up to here. That'll be 20 times 2 will be 400. If we multiply that by 3, that is 1200. And now we need 4. All right, rearranged a little bit, but now we can grab this, just drag it over to here, come over to here, and we can go in our little tunnel here. That'll come out over here somewhere, right here, and there is a +4 right there. So that is 1204, and does it need to be negative? Yes, it needs to be negative, so let's just find a -1 here. We have one over here. We're going to have to come back out, go back over here. Come down to here, and then we can go to the base. Nice, that's 1204 being delivered, and what else did we need? We might as well get this other one done, 1164, so that is going to be, let's make these be 17. We'll grab these two. Extra income. We'll take that up to the second power here. Gives me 289. Need to times that by 4. What I think we can do is just probably use this bridge. Come over to here. Times it by 2. Times it by 2. That gives us 1156. We need 1164. So we need to get a -8. I was planning on using this +8, but I times it by -2, so that kind of messed me up. There's a 4 down here we could use. Let's see if we can get over there. Let's see, how can we get over there? Nice, something like that. To here. That is 1156. Now we need this +8 over here. That gets us, we got 2 numbers coming in. Where did I mess up somewhere? So it's fluctuating. That means we have 2 numbers come in. So I messed up somewhere right here. All right, so there's the times by 4. I just had my paths crossed before. So that is times 4. We can add it to this +8 over here. That gives us 1164, which is the number we need, but we need to just deliver that to the hub now. We can actually get around here, right? Come through here, down to there, over to here, over to here and out. Nice. So that's good there. Then I'll just go through and like combine these numbers. So like this could be, like I can make these 3s and these 18s and put them into this number, but we're not going to do that because that uses 2 numbers. So we'd probably want to get them over to here and make this 17 so we can get more money. So like if we just did these as 17, and then we can just use the bridge. Like I'll combine all these in a minute. But we can just come over to here and connect into there. Now look at all these to be 17s. There we go. Those are all 17s now. That makes a huge number of these. And then this one over here, I have like a whole bunch of 20s, 19s over here. So we can like change this over to, probably make this be 20, I think. So I'll switch these to 20. And that switches all of them. So I just use this as my money making number. So we can come up to here, and that needs to get into this line somehow. Let's take it up to there and bring it back down to here. Nice, that should be making us a whole bunch of money. For making 20 million, we're trying to get this 100 billion, so we're going to go ahead and do the quizzes. We need the yen for this. And as you can see, I rearranged my board from the last episode, so all the numbers are up here. So it's much easier to work with. Let's just go through and do these quizzes real quick. This is 1.6, so it's a pretty good bonus. We'll grab that one. That is 12, 19, 32, 41, and 53. Nice. So we'll go through and do each one of these just to get the bonuses going. All right, I did all the quizzes and we're now making 10 billion per second. That's pretty awesome. We got this 100 billion in no time. We actually have this 500 billion too. We're going to grab this one first because we're going to work on the islands next, I think. Nice. That gives us another island freeze if we can ever get these unlocked. These are super expensive. We'll probably come through. And what does this upgrade us? It upgrades us to 27 million. It's 335 billion. Could also lock 21, or we can lock the next island upgrade here and go grab this one, and we'll grab this one next. We should have grabbed the H first, but oh well. You know, if we can get either of these two activated, but they require 1.5 E. Right now I'm making in the trillions. I need in the next is quadrillions, and then we need this number here. So I don't know if we can get that high quite yet, but it would sure be nice to have these bonuses and these freeze ones available. All right, so we're uploading those numbers, but we're making 1 trillion per second, but it's not enough to get anywhere fast. I mean, we could probably get these two upgrades down here, but that's not going to get us to these numbers here. So we're just going to have to wait on that one. I'm going to go back and just rearrange our islands a little bit so we can kind of figure out how that works better. We're definitely going to want this one in the middle so we can get to it X from both sides because this has a lot of useful stuff in it. So we're going to move this one into the center. I'm not sure how I feel about these yet. And like this one will definitely move into the center. It's got a lot of useful numbers on it. So let's delete this one. And let's come over here and delete this one. Then we can just put them back in place. It's going to take the one we took out last first. So we can put that one down here. And we can move this one back over to here. And I'm just going to go through and rearrange it so we get a nice little setup here. So that we have the most useful ones in the center here. So we can get to it from either side. Alright, since we're not making a whole lot of progress here, we are only in the trillions and we need to be in the E to the 22nd. We're not even in the quadrillions yet, so we're going to hold off on that for now. And we're going to move back to this, and I've just been trying to upgrade this level. Probably get us up to level 10 so we can get these bonuses and see if they cascade down to get us to this E to the 22nd number here. So for here, I've prepared some numbers up here. We can come up here. We're going to stick them in this equation and see what happens. Problem is these equations take two numbers, so you got to make sure you use at least two numbers out. Otherwise, it's like a two numbers in, one numbers out thing. We'll have to see if it like multiplies the numbers speed-wise, or we'll check it out in a second. So let's see if we hover over this. Does it tell us how many are coming through here? It does not, but we could probably do like a plus over here and see. So it's right around 75 to 80 per second. And this one is the same. And if we delete one of these, does it speed this one up at all? No, so that's 80 per second. Alright, so it looks like it's a 1 in, 1 out. So if for every number we put in, we got to take one number out. Otherwise, we're reducing our number count by half. So if we put two different numbers into this, we have to take two different numbers out of it to maintain our speed. Noted. Alright, let's delete this nonsense. Back over to here. Let's zoom in here and see what numbers we end up with. We end up with 2400, 2425. So let's see, we need 2452. So let's take the 2425 over to the other area. And let's take the 2400 as well. Alright, so let's throw the 2400 in here, into this tunnel. And we'll throw the 2425, we'll use this one as well. We'll throw that one into the purple tunnel, see where that ends up. So let's go to the blue tunnel first. That is 2400 coming over. That is blue tunnel, which is over here. So I think I calculated over here is we can use this 14 times it by 21. And then we're going to need to grab another bridge here. It's kind of crazy. over to this +4. I believe if we add these two numbers together, we'll get what we want. $26.98, which is the number we're after. Nice. So we can just deliver that one to the hub. Nice, and then we have the 2425, this number over here, coming into the purple. So that comes out over here. And this one we need to add 27 to it to get to the number we want. So where's our ×3? There's a ×3 right here. So we could use a 9 there, or a 3 to the third even. Because we need a -1 after this too. Here's a 3 to the third here as well, and a -1 right here. Let's see if we can grab this one. Put this as a 3. Take it up to the 27. So 3 to the third should be 27. Nice. Add those together. So that comes out at the purple one. Right, where's the purple one? Over here? So we can just grab this. Let's just come up, let's see what we need. We need to times it by -1, so let's come over here. Times it by -1. And back to the hub it goes. Nice, that should be two numbers we need. There it comes in now, so now we just need 3307. Alright, for 3307 we're going to come up to here. We're going to turn these 3's into a 10. We're going to take this to the second power. So we'll probably just come over here with it. We're going to times that by 11. Do we have enough to get out? Yeah, we can get in and out of here. So we can go times 11 and back out. So that gives us 1100. We need to add 2 to that, which is somewhere over here. If we times that 1102 by 3, this is a lot of trial and error to get to these numbers. That is 3306. Then we just need to add 3 to this, or add 1 to this. 3307. And that's the number we're after, right? Yep, 3307. So let's just go ahead and deliver this. Nice, and that should be number 3307 delivered. So I'm just going to work through the next couple, see if we can get this up to level 10, and see what's on this island. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my process for this. The next number we need is 4,176. So I've created a little spreadsheet here just as a helper function here. So basically I'll come in here and I type in the number 4176. And this just shows me like what's divided by 2, divided by 3, all the way up to number 21. We could probably even put 22 in here, but these are the easy ones I can get to on the board. And I just come to this list and look for whole numbers. In this case, there's quite a few of them, and it says 0.0 is a whole number. So like we could see 232 is the lowest whole number we have. Then I come over here to my squares chart. And I just look for something close to that. So we have 225 right here. So I could probably do that plus 7. 7's a little hard to get to, but we actually have a plus 8 on the board. So we could do a plus 8 minus 1. So that would be right here. So I would do 15 to the second power would give me 225. And I would add 8 and minus 1 up here. And that would give me 232. And I times that by 18. That should give me 4,176. So that's how I'm going to get that number. And then I did the same thing for this other number here. This one's a little bit more complicated, but there we have two numbers really close together. So we can do that one with this one here. So this is going to unlock the next level here, I believe. We're going to unlock level 10 here, which should get me this one. All right, so those numbers are hooked up on the board now. Before we upgrade here, we're going to just run the the quizzes one more time and just see if we can get these numbers up here a little bit. Maybe get the -20 unlocked, and then we'll move on to Island 10, or the last island here. Let's go up here and do the quizzes. There's quite a few of them, so it takes a couple minutes to do them. But we're looking for the British pounds, I believe. So we have 1.2 here, but that's not really good enough. 1.3, we're getting a little better. 1.4 is pretty good. We got two 1.4s, so that's 1.8. So that's pretty awesome. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 25, 49, and 99. Nice. Nice and easy on that one. So we're just going to go through each one here and try to find the biggest amount of bonuses we can get. Sometimes we get shorted and we don't get any bonuses, but this is 1.5 plus 1.1, so that's pretty good. So we need a 9 here. This would be 3. This would be 5. This would be 30, 56, and 110. Nice. So I'm just going to go through and do these quizzes real quick, and we'll see what the bonus comes out to. So that's all the quizzes done. We got like 360 million per second coming in. So it's going up quickly, but not really fast enough to make a difference here. I think like we probably need 90 billion here to make a difference up here. And this is 40 billion to unlock -20, so we're probably not going to get there. We could probably do this one, but this one will help this other island over here. But I think we're just going to let it run for a couple minutes, and then we're just going to unlock the 10th island and see what bonuses we get over there. All right, those bonuses have run its course. We got 320 billion. I did spend 90 billion on this upgrade while it was going, so we earned some more money. So we're up to 2.64 million right now per second, but that's not a lot. So let's just go ahead and upgrade. That unlocks the 5th island over here. This adds a pause button to quiz islands. You can use it to stop counter when you have the best multipliers. Wow, that's super nice. We're probably going to move over to this island and get some of this stuff done. Let's go ahead and upgrade this bridges here. Next one is another freeze option, but again, that costs lots of money. We could probably upgrade this one. I think I'm going to grab -20 instead. That seems pretty good. And I think we'll just wait on the rest of the stuff. So then we're going to move over to this island here, get some of these upgrades done. And that way we can just basically snowball it down to the end here now, because this is the last island we have. So hopefully these upgrades are super beneficial to the previous islands so that we can start progressing.